Good morning, dear students. This is Vishal, mathematics teacher. In this class, let us discuss about a type of equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. See, this type of the equation is called by the name quadratic equation. What we call? We call it as a quadratic equation. You are familiar with this concept in your grade classes, quadratic equation. How can we find the nature of a root? How can we find the roots of an equation? It is already familiar, minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. See, without finding the roots, we can discuss the nature of a root. How can we discuss? That is given by the name delta. That is called by the name discriminant. The discriminant is a term which decides the nature of the root. What is the value of that? B square minus 4ac. Then how can we decide if b square minus 4ac if it is equal to 0? Anyhow, we know that quadratic equation has got two roots. Two roots also will be equal. When I come to b square minus, what is the one more possible case? 1 is equal to 0. One more is, if it is greater than 0, roots are distinct. What we call? We call it as a roots are distinct. If b square minus 4ac, if it is less than 0, then we call roots are imaginary. This is the basic things what we studied in our grade 9th and 10th classes. But in our PU classes, we go one step forward by taking this concept. Anyhow, we said that roots will be imaginary when b square minus 4ac is less than 0. If it is less than 0, you know that it should be a negative number. Let us put in this formula, that is x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of. He said that b square minus 4ac is less than 0. So that means this should be a negative number. Will you agree with this? Then divided by 2a. That means I got inside the square root, I got a negative number. But still now we studied that as an imaginary number. This today's PU concept that is called by the name, special type of a number that is called by the name complex numbers. What we call? We call that as a complex numbers. We call it as a complex numbers. For your understanding, let me take one example, that is root of minus 3. See, root of minus 3 is a negative number, it's a complex number. Inside the root, there is negative number, therefore we call it a complex number. So we can write this as minus 3, root of minus 3 into root of minus 1. But do remember, in our complex number, we call minus root 1 as a I is a imaginary, that is root 3 into I. Is it clear to you? See, root 3 into I. Whenever I comes, that is imaginary. See, I is, even I we call as a iota. How can we say iota? I we can call as iota, or else we can call it as imaginary. Actually, minus root 3 does not exist. Do remember this. Minus root 3 does not exist. But we can write this in the form of imaginary part. Let me take one more example. Let us consider after solving one quadratic equation, I got this solution. Plus or minus root of minus 3 I got. You consider. Now, see, already you are familiar. How can you write in a complex number minus root 3? It can be written as 2 plus or minus root 3 into I. Anyhow, he said how it can be written. See here, at a distance, it is looking like, see, a plus ib. It is in the form of a plus ib. See, this is the standard form of a complex number. A plus IB. In this, A is called by the name real part. What we call for A? It is real part which is free from IB. And it is called by the name imaginary part. Totally, real part and imaginary part together constitutes a complex numbers. This is the introduction to the complex numbers. In our coming classes, we shall discuss more about complex numbers. Thank you. Have a nice day.